It is 2024 and it is time for change. You know it. I know it. Your friends, your family, your spouse, your partner. We all know that it's time for change. But the question is, what do you actually need in order to make the change in 2024 to be your best self, to crush your goals, and to stop repeating patterns that are keeping you from living in your full potential? That's what we're going to dive into on today's Phoenix Rising podcast is 4 things you actually need to do and have in order to create change in 2024 and to stop living a life that is less than what you know that you're capable of. So welcome to the Phoenix Rising podcast. I am Ashley Drummond, and let's get started. All right, so everybody knows that it's New Year's, January 1st. First thing is people are making New Year's resolutions. They're deciding like this year is going to be different. This year, I'm going to stop making excuses and break those bad habits. But the majority of people who actually end up doing that and sticking to their New Year's resolutions are few and far between. Now, why is that? Is it because they lacked the willpower? Is it because they lacked the drive? Is it because they didn't care enough? Yes and no, but from my experience, both in the fitness world as a nutrition and fitness and mindset coach, but also as an entrepreneur coach and my own personal journey, these 4 specific things, if you do them, whether you're trying to make more money this year, you want to lose weight and get in the best shape of your life, buy a house, make new friends, find a partner, it doesn't really matter. If you do these things, you absolutely will create change in 2024 and step up and reach your full potential this year instead of repeating patterns and doing the same thing every year. So let's talk about this, how to actually do this and the steps you need to take. Number 1, this is going to seem so simple, but I promise you, like if you don't have this, you're basically going to be running around in circles on a hamster wheel. Number 1, you need a crystal clear vision of where you are going or what you are building or what it is that you want. You cannot take a trip anywhere without having a clear picture of the destination that you're going to. This creates the question that I get a lot when I tell people this is they're like, I want to lose weight or I want to save money. I want to set myself financially free. And they think like, oh, that's the vision. I have a vision. I want to get in shape. That's not a vision. That is a very vague thing. So the question I always ask is, what does that look like for you? Okay, so you want to lose weight. What does that look like for you? Is it a specific number? Is it a specific clothes size? Is it less about weight and more about performance measurements of running a mile or hitting a certain weight on your squat or your press that you couldn't do before? Like, what are the specifics that you are looking for with that? Because otherwise, how do you know that you're actually on track to do that if it's just something broad? That can getting in shape can be just like exercising, but maybe you're exercising and you're not having that feeling like you're hitting your goals. Same thing when people talk about financial freedom. What does that look like for you? Is it a certain number in the bank account? Is it a certain number you make every year? Is it less about that and more about a lifestyle? So you have to have a crystal clear vision for your life. Otherwise, it's like you're deciding to take a trip of like, oh, I have a vision. I want to take a trip. But then you get in the car and then what are you going to do? You can't go anywhere because you don't actually know where you're going. So you have to have a vision. And if you are listening to this and you're like, well, now that you're saying that, I don't really know what it is that I want. Like I'm a little bit lost or I don't have all the details. There's a very specific exercise you can do, and I recommend this to a lot of people. If you feel like you have like a general overview, but you're like, I don't really know what this looks like. And I've mentioned this before on the podcast, is you can do a day in your life, writing that out. So it's literally pen to paper. What you do is you write out the story of a day in your life as if you were living it based on what you want. So it's like if you had your dream life, if you had complete control over everything in life, and you could write the day and make it go the way that you wanted it to go, no limitations, no like limiting beliefs, no past, no nothing. what would that look like? And I mean, in as much detail as possible. What time do you wake up? When you wake, do you wake up to your own alarm clock? Do you wake up just like whenever the sun's up? How do you spend your morning? Are you eating breakfast and like reading and journaling? Are you with a loved one? Do you hurry up and get up and go to the gym? Like all the way from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, write out your dream life, one day in it. And what'll happen is when you do this, and you have to do it either multiple times to refine it, or if you feel like you did it once and like that's crystal clear, read it every morning and every night before you go to bed, because like we've talked about on this podcast, that's when your subconscious mind is most receptive to new thoughts, new ideas, and new patterns. Read it every day. And what happens to you is you start becoming a magnet, and you also start having this process in your brain where, because you're feeding it a new vision and a new way of thinking and what it is that you're creating, your brain is a problem solver. So if you are giving it like, hey, here's the end result, this is the end destination, your brain starts to filter out information that does not apply to that and starts to look for evidence or opportunities that can help you create that. But you have to first give it a clear vision of what it's taking you to. What are you even doing? And like I said, this applies to any area of your life that you are wanting to make change for in 2024. You have to create a clear vision. And this literally just happened to me. Is like I'm working on a lot of new projects for 2024, and I'll tell you about them. But I'm working on some stuff, and some of it is things that I've never even done before. So naturally, I know where I want to go, but the process of how to get there, I don't necessarily know how to do it. And perhaps that's your situation too. You're like, okay, Ashley, like I know where I want to go. How do I get from here to there? That how is not necessarily your job. So what I do and what I did is I built out this like whole vision of what it is I want to create, from like brand to products to who it is that I'm serving. And I was writing out in my journal of like, like this is what I want to build. I can see it all, but where I am right now, I don't really know how to get there. And I spent like the last few weeks, I'm like meditating on this. I'm like, how do I do this? Like, I see where I want to go. How do I get there? And then literally I came across somebody's podcast where the guy that was being interviewed was talking about the exact steps that I was looking for. And then it led me to a book, and then it led me to a solution. And now I'm like, thank you. That's the path. That's the how. And then you follow the breadcrumbs, the intuitive hunches that are leading you down that. Now, a lot of people will get stuck in that they create a vision for their life, and they're like, all right, I'm going to change in 2024. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got my vision. But then they lack number 2, which you absolutely have to have the second thing of these 4 things in order to create change. You have the big vision, but a big vision without action isn't going to lead to anywhere. So number 2, you have to take action in the direction of what it is that you want to build. And I mean committed action. People get really stuck in the idea, especially when you have like big ambitions and big goals for your life. If you're like, oh my God, what I'm building is so much bigger than me, or what I want to do, or like in my health and fitness, this is something I've never even done, or a level I've never even gotten to. And they get too far stuck in the future that they forget to take consistent, committed action every single day in order to get there. And it's not about taking big action. Like, it's not a quantum leap. And that's the problem with like 2024 weight loss resolutions. They're so extreme that number 1, they're not sustainable. And number 2, it's not teaching you the daily disciplinary habits you have to have for long-lasting results. So if you're about to sign up for some 30-day transformation, or some 30-day, like build a business in 30 days, or like, oh my God, get 6-pack abs in 30 days, I'm going to save you time, money, and frustration. Don't do it. Because that's not what you need. What you need is to create small daily habits that allow you to take consistent action in the direction of your goals and your vision. And over time, those small little things are what make big long-term changes. You can't show up today and be so, I know what it feels like to be so frustrated and you want to make change. But one workout, if you do 1 4-hour workout today, thinking that's going to make a real lasting change, you're doing yourself a disservice. But if you can start by, okay, here's where I want to go. I want to be this person who is strong, fit, athletic, lean, empowered, confident, healthy. I have more energy, all these things. Work your way backwards. And what little thing can you do each day that moves you in that direction? So maybe that's not starting out working out 5-6 days a week. Maybe it's 3 days a week of strength and conditioning workouts while you're educating yourself and making small, healthy habit changes. Like, that's the important thing. It's the small things over consistent time that give you long-lasting results. So don't buy into the illusion that some 30-day program or one magic pill or 1 4-hour workout or a fast or keto or any of this other garbage is going to change your life, or like whatever. Like I said, whether it's like somebody promising to find your soulmate or promising to do something for you, none of that matters. You don't need any of that. And my intention in this is to actually help you. So have a clear destination of where you're going, but then commit to the small things you can do each day to take action and get there. And to give you the analogy I used earlier, if you have a destination and you're like, all right, Ashley, I know where I'm going. I'm taking a trip, going to Fiji for 3 days, but then you get in the car and you don't actually turn the car on and drive to the airport, you're not going anywhere. That's the way life works in the same way. So number 2 is to take action. There, really quick, I wanted to tell you, if you are somebody who is looking to take your physical and mental health to the next level this year, and you want community support, you want the right natural products that are going to help you do that, I'm working on some really exciting projects this year, and I really can't wait to share them with you, because I know it is not only going to help give you more natural energy, it is going to help reduce anxiety. It's going to help you break through your mental and physical limitations. And I want to tell you all about it. If that is something that interests you, along with being able to connect with like-minded people, then what I want you to do is head on over to ashleydrummonds.com, and you'll see the opportunity pop up where I'm giving you 1 free week of my workouts that I do, but also I am putting you in my community newsletter so that when I release these exciting new projects that are going to help you hit your full potential this year, you're going to be the first one to find out about it. I put the link in the description, ashleydrummonds.com. Go ahead and just join the community. Like I said, you'll get 1 free week of my strength training workouts to help you take your fitness to the next level. But I'll also be sure to send you an email and let you know about all these exciting new things that are going to help you really reach your full potential and become your personal best self in 2024. All right, now back to the show. Number 3, you have to have some sort of support and accountability in your life. You have to have somebody who is in your corner, who sees what it is you are trying to do to better yourself, to grow, who helps cheer you on and hold that vision with you, but also to hold you accountable, because there are going to be days that you are not going to want to do it. There's going to be days that you're tired. There's going to be days that you're frustrated. And if you don't have somebody, whether it's a friend, a partner, a family member, a coach, anything to help you on those days, you're going to get tired, you're going to get discouraged, you're going to feel alone, and you're going to want to quit. And this happened recently. I was doing a workout with somebody, and my natural, because I've been a coach for so long, anytime I work out with anybody, it is very natural for me that when I can see it's getting really hard for them, I immediately get into coach mode and I'm like, you've got this, you can do this, like keep breathing, keep moving. And anybody who's ever like done a weightlifting thing with me, like they know I do this because I can see what's happening. I can see that your body is getting fatigued and your brain is switching to like, hey, we're tired, stop. Hey, quit. Hey, you can't do this. Hey, this. And all you need in that moment is somebody who is in your corner to be like, hey, you've got this. Like just a couple more reps. I know it hurts. I know it's pushing you to your limits, but like you can do this. You need that. And just like I need that, everybody needs that. Because when you are trying to do something you have never done before, when you're trying to get in better shape than you've ever been before, trying to eat healthier, trying to take a business to the new level, trying to improve your relationships, you're doing something you've never done before. The terrain is rocky. The territory is unknown. You need people in your life who either are doing that in their life too, who can meet you on those days when you're struggling or frustrated or it's hard, who can be like, hey, I get it, but like, we can do this. Hey, I see what you're trying to do. And I know today is a rough day, but we got this. Like, we're making change. You got to have that group, and nobody is meant to do anything alone. There is no award or like something at the end of life that is like, oh, wow, good job. You did everything completely alone. Congratulations. We're not meant to live life that way. So number 3, in order to really make lasting change in 2024, you have to surround yourself with people who are also changing and growing. And I do this all the time in friendships and in relationships and people that I allow into my close inner circle. I evaluate the impact that these people are going to have on my life. Are they growing? Are they also, and I don't mean like we have to necessarily be growing in the same things, but are they growth minded? Are they improving in some area of their life? Or are they doing the same thing they've been doing the last 10 to 15 years, stuck going through the motions, not really doing anything? Evaluate the people who are in your life and ask yourself, if I am really going to make the change in 2024 that I say I want to do, if you're really serious about it, you need to take the time to get people in your life who are going to hold you accountable and support you through it. This is non-negotiable. If you don't have that, look for a group. If you don't have a group, look for a coach. If you don't have a coach, ask a friend. If you don't have a friend, ask a family member. There's no reason to not have this, all right? So number 1, have a very clear vision. Do the exercise of writing out your ideal day. Number 2, commit to take small action every single day in the direction of that vision. Number 3, you have to have support and accountability in your life to make real change. And then number 4, you have to have patience. I feel like the people who can master patience are the happiest, the most successful, and the ones who see real lasting results, especially when we live in a society that is so focused on temporary gratification and quick results. Why do you think the weight loss world is making so much money off you and everybody else? Because they're promising you something that isn't real, but it caters to the fast results. Everybody like, here's the thing. I was talking to somebody about this in business recently who also is in like the health and fitness world. And it's like, man, it's so like very easily right now, it's New Year's. I could take advantage of this opportunity and be like, hey, I've got the answer for you. I've got the 30-day program that is going to completely get you the results that you've been looking for in record time. I could do that because I know that's what you're looking for. I know our society wants fast, instant results, but I also know the truth. That's not going to do anything, and it's going to set you up for failure. And if you sign up for some 30-day program, maybe you get some results in that 30 days. But if you don't do these things that I'm telling you to do, you know what's going to happen? Like everybody else, come March, April, May, you're going to fall right back into your old patterns and habits. Why? Because you have not developed the discipline, the lifestyle habits, and the mindset that are going to create lasting change. If you can learn to be patient and understand that real results take time, you can do anything. If you are willing to show up and do the work, knowing the work is not going to be done ever, then you can do anything. And then you're not so anxious in a hurry to try to like, well, let me just do this in 6 weeks and then boom, my life is solved. That's never going to work for you. And it's the same thing financially. If you are being promised 100 grand in 30 days or like something, anything that like lights up real fast is going to burn out just as fast. And the best analogy I can give you of this is think of your relationships that really matter to you. I'm talking the friends, the partners, all the people that you are like, these are my lifeline, or this is my tribe. These are my people. Did they become those people in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 30 days? Did they become that person because real fast you're like, oh, I need a friend, like, let me hurry up and do this. Oh, I need a partner, let me like hurry up and find somebody. No, the people that really matter in your life, they matter so much because of the time, the experience, the learning, and the processes that it took for you guys to build that relationship. But it doesn't happen overnight. You put in the time and the effort to get to know that person just like they did get to know you. The same thing is true with everything else in your life. So number 4, have patience. Choose to have patience. And I had recently I was at the gym and somebody asked me about what I do for my workout programs. They're like, what did they say? They said I had mature muscle, and I knew exactly what they meant and what that meant. And I kind of laughed and I said, I appreciate that you recognize that, because it's not something that happens within 6 months to a year. Anybody who is in really good shape, anybody who is really successful financially, the overnight success or the overnight transformation, we all know it's a joke, because it's 10 to 15 years of consistent daily action and work and lifestyle habits that get you to that point. If you want to look like one of the fitness influencers, or you want to look like somebody that you admire, guarantee you they're going to be like, okay, here's the workout I do, or the workouts I do 4 to 5 days a week. Here's what I eat every single day. Here's the supplements and vitamins that I take every single day. Here's the meditation and mindset stuff I do every single day. If you do this every single day, you'll look back in a year and you'll not only see that your physique has changed, but your lifestyle and your life has changed. Anybody that's legitimate and genuine and they really want to help you will tell you that. They're not going to be like, oh, here's 30 days. So commit to having patience. If you can have patience, you're basically bulletproof. You're basically like, I don't need to rush into anything. And this is also the people who have the ace card, the wild card in relationships. When they're not trying to rush into dating somebody, they're not trying to rush into anything. It's like, let me get to know you first, because the things that are the most valuable are the things that take time and putting forth the energy and the effort. These 4 things are what you absolutely non-negotiable have to do in 2024 to make lasting change, to hit your goals, and really have the transformation that you want. All right. What I suggest is you take everything you just listened to, you get out a pen and paper, get some quiet time to yourself, and ask yourself, if I could write the script of my life, of what I do every single day, what would that look like? But having the belief that it's actually possible. And then when you feel clear on that, commit to take action every day. Surround yourself with people that are going to help move you in that direction. And then have patience that what you are doing every single day will end up giving you the results of long-term success and a real change in your life. Now, if you listen to this and you felt like this was impactful, go ahead and subscribe, because I will continue to bring you content like this that is going to help you change your life, become the best version of yourself, and really reach your full potential in everything that you do. All right. Thank you so much for listening to the Phoenix Rising podcast, and I will see you in some of the other episodes.